Kami ang mga city leaders at ito ang aming istorya.
It's very new, so medyo mahirap. Parang, what will be the impacts, what will be the effects, what will be the comments of the other people. Sigurado ba yun? So marami kang questions. So may mga hesitations at first.
Yung nalaman namin na merong implementation ng programa sa senior high school, even myself, no, I'm very much negative. May existing na problema, kakulangan ng guro, kakulangan ng mga school building. Sabi nila yung senior high school is just only a dream.
I think like most people, first thing that came into our mind, especially the parents, were the additional cost. Medyo mabigat na yung magpaaral ng 4 years sa high school. So yung pamasahe, yung pabaon, etc. So instead na times 4 years, ngayon gagawin mo times 6 years. So medyo may konting apprehension.
Mahirap kasi lumalaki ang dapat pagkagastusan sa education. Madalas na dumudoble, pero hindi rin natin kayang tanggihan ang mga batang nais matuto. Sabi nga ni Brother Armin Luistro na no student should be left behind because education is for all.
So una, ang senior high school, ayaw ng estudyante yan kasi dagdag daw na 2 taon, parang dagdag na 2 taon ng paghihirap sa kanila, dagdag gastos. Pero ipinakita namin yung kalagayang pangkalakihan ng buong mundo na kung saan doon sa international standard na 12-year basic education cycle, Pilipinas na lang, Angola at Djibouti ang mayroong 10-year basic education cycle. So nagiging nasa posisyon na napaka-disadvantageous ng Filipino students yung pagkakataon na yon dahil kumpara doon sa ibang bansa. So pag sinabi natin yung globalization, ASEAN integration, hindi natin naaabot yung international standard.
Pushing forward the implementation of the senior high school.
Since we have 3 exits for this senior high school, that's kolehiyo, trabaho, and negosyo. It's really a good opportunity for them that when they graduate of the senior high school, if they don't have interest or even they don't have that much fun to go into the college, they can really find a job and can help alleviate the standard of their living, and if ever they have the chance to be employed, they can also pass on whatever beautiful future that will bring to them.
For senior high, actually Catbalogan started a zero budget. But when I was chosen as part of the City Leaders Coalition, it turned out that we were able to really give focus to senior high. We gave a lot of budget for it, from 0 to 9 million. Pero alam mo naman yung implication nun after a while. So after how many years, hindi lang yan 9 million, it's more than that what you invested. So nung nagpe-prepare kami, sobrang daming concerns, like sasabihin ng ibang department heads mo na mas importante yung ibang sector. Pero at the end of the day, if you think that education is really important, sa preparation, dun yung focus.
We made it a choice na makipag-network kami sa lahat ng mga private sector sa amin para matulungan kami na mabigyan ang mga bata ng kanyang pangangailangan. So, sa amin sa Sorsogon City, In our end, sa LGU, ginawa ho namin ang accessibility ng mga bata sa eskwelahan. Kaya ang road network ho namin, bumisita kayo sa Sorsogon, ay halos tapos.
Problem is the area where we can put the facilities for senior high school. So most of the land here are already privately owned. We don't have much government-owned facility where we can put the schools. And of course, with senior high school, we have to have additional classrooms, additional buildings for them. So what we're doing is we buy properties, land, for us to build the additional classrooms and buildings for senior high school. And the number of students are increasing for all levels. And then we add 2 more levels for senior high school. So that's very difficult. Yes, I think I'm one of those who suggested, no, among the mayors, to use the private schools and buildings to be rented out, to put in our senior high school, to be leased by the city government. So they can be part of the senior high school program of the city and not of private schools. And of course, we look to buy lands for the buildings.
For the infrastructure, what we did is to follow our catch-up plan by utilizing extra classrooms in the schools and also the different centers, and then we introduce also double session, meaning we have to shift things, one class in the morning and another class in the afternoon. That is for the junior high school, but for the senior high school they're having a whole day session.
Simple lang namin na experience if it's considered best practice. So if there are other LGUs na nakapag-loan gamit ng Special Education Fund, no? Kahit ako, ayaw ko pong mag-loan but wala po akong choice, and nakita ko naman na kailangan. And second is, marami po kaming nagawa na parang sabi namin, outside the box, being flexible. But of course, following the rules, no? Na nakapagtayo po kami ng mga classrooms na hindi naman kailangan mayroong program of works, mayroong charges. Halimbawa, yung aming mga makeshift classroom, sabi pa nga nila temporary, pero parang maging temporary permanent na because it's still conducive in the tune of 200,000 or maybe available mga surplus savings na mga materials na hindi naman kailangan kukuha ng budget.
We made an estimate on how many classrooms we need through our participation with the League of Cities city leaders. We were able to learn their formula on how to come up with an investment plan for the SHS. We also put up covered courts. I think we have about 5. We invested 22 million pesos only to support the senior high school. We put up 2 covered courts for the senior high school. We put up a 3-story building to support the spatial program of arts.
We also had help from the League of Cities, where we were able to advocate for having a technical school in our city. So we bought a lot that will be allocated for this tech box school.
Importante ang partisipasyon ng local government. Itong senior high school program ay may tuturing natin na magiging matagumpay lamang ito kung susuportahan at mahigit na susuportahan ng mga lokal na pamahalaan dito sa ating bansa.
Well, the local government plays a very important role. We have so many talented and students, but we're not given a proper venue for them to be trained.
That will have difficulties without the help of the local government. The local government is the one who invites even the private sector to help. There's a collaborative effort for the acceptance of the senior high school program.
Without the mayor replicating this program, it will eventually fall into place, but it might take time. Pero pag yung mayor ang talagang nagpilit or nag-push sa lahat ng ating mga stakeholders, then nagiging mas mabilis at mas nasisigurado natin yung tagumpay ng ating programa, in this case, the senior high school.
All the leaders of the Philippines, all the cities and municipalities, let us work together. Let us not compare each other's capabilities. For senior high school to succeed, we have to work together. We have to be one for our less fortunate brothers and sisters para mabigyan natin ng wastong edukasyon ang ating
public educational system. Importante ho sa ating mga kabataan. It's very important to nation building. It's very empowering. Education is very empowering. It's a great equalizer. And education is one such neutralizing force. And the high schools that we are about to establish will produce more professionals in the future. Napakagaling po ng edukasyon. Let's invest in education. It is the future of our country, the future of our children.
Kaya sana po tayo bilang mga city leaders ay tumugon sa hinihingi ng panahon. Ito naman ay ikabubuti ng ating bayan at kinabubuti ng ating mga kabataan. And lahat ng klaseng innovation, lahat ng klaseng ng challenges, haharapin natin. Yung problema ng pondo, problema ng kalidad ng guro, problema ng lugar, at marami pang iba. Pero itong mga suliranin nito ay kailangan tahakin natin, kailangan natin harapin para sa mas magandang kinabukasan ng ating mga kabataan. Para sa ating mga city leaders, sana suportahan natin ang senior high school program. Ito po ay ikabubuti at ikagaganda ng ating bansa at ng ating pong mga anak at mga kabataan. Para sa ating lahat, para sa ating bayan, suportahan natin ang senior high school program. Ayos to.